Grace was overjoyed marrying the love of her life, Alex Le Damas, heir to a massive gaming fortune. All she has to do to join the family now is to get through one simple game of hide and seek. Except the Le Damases take their gaming very seriously, and now Grace has to make it till dawn, or else no one will make it till dawn. This is Ready or Not. So yeah, this is the dark comedy, thriller, horror, whatever you want to call it. There's a little bit of everything in this. There's plenty of gore, obviously, and yeah, there's some pretty good jokes in here too. And yeah, that is basically the plot of this. It turns out the family believes that their, well, fortunes and, well, finances and, well, the success of the company goes back to this great-great-grandfather who made a deal for a box from a Mr. Lavelle. They say two. They say some say Lavelle and the others say Labelle, which, yeah, if you could kind of catch a bit of a drift in that name, I mean, Le Damas is pretty bad too. They basically, you have this box, you put a blank card into it, and it puts out a game. You have to play this game, and if you don't play, then both people are killed. It's not just hide and seek every time. It could be any game, and it's also implied that there are other families that do these things. So there's a little bit of that, and so you get Grace trying to avoid the family, especially when she discovers what happens, and the family keeps accidentally killing the help because this family is kind of stupid. Most of the family is kind of stupid. You have Alex, who's been estranged from the family because he really doesn't like participating in any of this. And then you have a sister whose name just escaped. She's very much the absentee parent who snorts coke on the side to get through everything. She's married to this other kind of bumbling idiot that no one likes. Alex's brother Dan, who he's very close to, is married to this conniving gold digger who came from, it's implied, kind of a white trash background. And she's willing to play along because she doesn't want to go back. And you kind of get a little bit of that, like the sister's husband and the brother's wife. They played Old Maid and chess respectively. So again, like, it could be any game. And from that, yeah, like I said, Alex starts out trying to help, and again, I probably allowed in a little too much there. Like I said, there's some really good moments in this, like as she's trying to avoid people and the help accidentally gets killed on several occasions. Adam Brody as Daniel, the older brother, is really funny because, again, you can tell he just really does not give a flying you-know-what to be in this situation. And kind of through it all, he very half-heartedly pursues Grace throughout this. Anyway, so you know, I'm trying not to give away too much of the movie, but yeah, it's basically he's trying to get through everything. Alex they get separated at one point. Alex gets handcuffed to a bedpost and left behind. Basically, they know that he wasn't going to kill his wife no matter what happened. So they went through everything, and Alex has this crazy aunt who. Her husband was the last one to get killed in this manner, and it turns out that Dan and Alex were running through the house in kind of a similar manner, and Dan sold the husband out to get him out of it because he realized that if they didn't do that, then he would get killed. He and his brother would probably get killed. And that's sort of the belief that if they don't follow through on this, they're going to get killed. They will die. And there is, like I said, this family is pretty stupid. There are ones who are pretty well focused. The other ones are just bumbling around. Like I said, weapons are continuously accidentally firing and getting people killed. At one point, now the funny thing is, like, Grace, the rules state that Grace is supposed to stay in the house until dawn without getting found. But at one point she manages to get outside, so shouldn't that automatically negate everything? Anyway, yeah, basically the big spoiler is, yeah, again, Grace goes to hell. She actually gets shot by a little one of the nephews One of the, yeah, because there's actually children involved in this too. And she falls into the burial pit, and she has to get out, and she has to put the bullet, she gets shot through the hand. So she has to put the bullet hole through a nail on top of that to basically anchor herself to get out. And then she gets to the gate, and she, gets really cut to shreds on that. And again, she's just going through hell. She gets caught. They take her back. Dan actually, again, has a change of heart. He secretly poisoned the family's wine before this ritual that they have to perform. So they'll get sick. And he's trying to help her escape and reunite her with Alex. He gets shot. And Alex, they do get reunited, but Grace basically says, like, I can't be part of this. I have to get out of here. I cannot be with you anymore. And Alex turns on her, and they start holding the ritual. But then Dawn comes, and nothing happens. And that's, again, where the funny parts happen. And it's like, nothing happens. They're like, oh, well, I guess I will. And then they all explode. So, yeah. And then the house burns down. So, it's like, there are some really, really funny moments. Unfortunately, there is a big section of the film where it's just kind of dead. Like, some funny moment, like, she does manage to, like, one point she gets to a car, and she uses the OnStar call. But, of course, it turns out they're on the payroll. And it's like, it says this car is stolen. We have to shut it down. Sorry. And she's screaming at it. And she's screaming at the OnStar operator and all these swears. Like, profanity's not needed, ma'am. And please just call the police. And just, yeah. He goes, thank you and have a nice day. So it's like, there are really funny bits like that. And then there's kind of parts where it's just like, can we end this already? This is kind of going on. There's a lot of standing around waiting for things to happen, and it does kind of dial it back for me. Like I said, overall, I did kind of like it. It wasn't bad. I think it's fun for a couple-time viewing. It's not a must-own by any stretch of the imagination. I'm going to give Ready or Not a C+.
It's Guess Who?
The mystery face game.
The fun is trying to guess when you play Guess Who.
Is your person bald? Yes.
A very good question.
Does your person have a beard? Uh-huh.
An excellent clue.
The fun is trying to guess when you play Guess
Do
Who.
you wear glasses? Yep.
Uh-oh.
That means it's not you,
So long.
or you,
Bye-bye.
or you.
Toodaloo.
I guess you're Tom. You win. Let's play again.
The fun is trying to guess when you play Guess Who.
Guess who? From Milton.
Okay, trailer time, and yeah, I'm pretty sure we've had all these trailers before, but I'm not entirely sure, at least with one of them, and that's the first one, Black and Blue. This is a movie about a rookie police officer who spies some, unsavory police activity. She's African American. She gets stuck in this predominantly African American neighborhood, and she has a price put on her head. And she's also wearing a body cam, so she has footage of these cops being dirty. And, she now has to rely on people who don't really trust her to hopefully get things right. It looks pretty interesting. After that, we had Don't Let Go. Again, that's... which one was Don't Let Go? Dang, I can't think what it was now. I know we've had that one before, though. Yeah, it's, it's the Blumhouse movie. Yeah, that's it. It's the Blumhouse movie about... Oh, shoot. I can't think of what it is now. Okay, so here's what Don't Let Go is about. A police detective whose niece is killed in a brutal gang-like slaying gets a call from her 3 weeks before the event actually happens, and he tries to alter history so that she doesn't get killed. I know we've had it at least once before. Queen and Slim, which was the next one. I know we've had that one before. Zombieland Double Tap. That's probably our one new one. I can't completely remember. I know I've seen it on YouTube at least. Again, it looked funny. I actually have not seen the original Zombieland, but I have heard a lot about it. Then we have Rambo Last Blood again. And then rounding things off is It Chapter 2, which is the next movie we'll be reviewing. Obviously, there's a week in between that I was originally slated. I've said this a million times before. I was originally slated to see the movie My Spy, but then that got pushed back to 2020. So I don't know if I do have another. It'll be kind of a fun little review. I'll talk about it when we get to there. The next video after this is going to be the random trade review on Normandy, a graphic history of D-Day, which is, I shot the footage for that today. Yeah, you'll see because I'm in the same shirt. And then there'll also be the NXT UK Cardiff Takeover recap and review. So, see you all next time.
Hey guys, check out my Patreon and see how you can request a movie for me to review, even if it's some stinker like A Dog's Way Home or the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Also, if you like what you see, give the video a like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to ring that notification bell.